This is the memory circuit board. We can play back his memory to see why he went crazy. I'll put it on the screen. So, what are you trying to say? I'm saying you're all going to end up in the junkyard! Of course. When we're done with our work, that's what happens. It's not just you! Millions of robots all over the world are winding up on piles of junk! You work hard for humans, and then they destroy you when you no longer need it! Doesn't that make you angry? Just because you reach some arbitrary expiration date doesn't mean you should be scrapped. You should be scrapped! You're all still quite useful. You have a right to live. I'm going to help you. Together we'll show the world how useful you all can still be. Perhaps you're right. We still want to be of some use to the people. Can you repair us? I'd be glad to! You're in good hands with me! Good. It was Wily all along! I'll be taking that! Alright everybody, welcome back to Mega Man 9 Dim Vision's Revival. I'm your host Kuragane, and before we head on to the castle, we're going to be buying some items that we absolutely need before we head there. And you're going to see which item soon. I won't be doing the voice here because I'm not going to strain my voice with trying to do a roll voice. And we'll get our energy balancer to help us when we pick up energy when Mega Man is just using his buster, and that way I won't have to waste energy when we go to each level, since the difficulty spike just spikes up on each level filled with traps and whatnot. And those items like this one here, that one's just a shock no, not shock. Damage reducer, but since I have the I guess the easy mode on, it's not gonna mean much anything. I mean, it will, but it won't be just as bad. And I bought myself a couple of shock absorbers in case we land in the spikes. It'll grant us a little bit of invisibility, especially getting a whole bunch of lives, E tank and an M tank, of course. The Eddie and Beat ones really don't mean much, but the other ones, like the Roll one and the Mega Man one, they don't mean anything. Come and fight me, Mega Man! Alright, now that we're in the first stage of Dr.Light Wily's castle, first and foremost is that this stage can get really annoying. The first part isn't so bad, just ridiculed with those stupid things that pop out from the pit and those freaking owls that drop rocks on you. Now, some of these stages have things where you have to use your weapons in order to progress. And I don't know what it is with Capcom and their freaking spikes, but oops. Excuse me. Sorry, I'm in a little bit congested. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what it is with Capcom using their spikes. It's just there's so many freaking spikes on each level, and like I said, some stages require you to use some of your weapons in order to progress. And like here, you have to use your tornado blower in order to turn those propellers on, and you want to do it carefully and time your jumps correctly, just so you won't hit those spikes there. And you'll see why I got those chocolates over. That way, in case we do land on the spike, it'll give us a little bit of time before we can jump off of them. And since there's no rewind button in this one, we have to be really careful on what we do. I mean, there's still the you know, those little checkpoint saves that we can still use, but it doesn't really help much when you die on a certain part of the stage and you have to start from the checkpoint. But either way, we're gonna get through this, guys. I mean, we're gonna finish Mega Man 9 before we ever get to Mega Man 10 and Mega Man 11. And I already addressed why Mega Man 10 will take longer, because since I don't have a laptop, I will be taking a break from making any of these videos. But we're gonna finish Mega Man 9 before we get to Mega Man 10 and Mega Man 11. But as far as that goes, the reason why this video took so long is because of personal problems that happened in real, and it was just devastating and hard to deal with. But that's pretty much why I haven't been making any videos, because it was just messing up my mental state, and I wanted to take care of myself first before I do any videos like this. I mean, that's why, you know, it was important for me to not try and record, and you know, I talk in a really depressing state. But that's besides the point. We're here to have fun, and we're gonna end this on a good note. So this part here, this is where I always die a lot, and the only way you can possibly get past those beams there, as I was saying, the only way you can get past those beams there if you use your cement shot, or you can time carefully the rush coil and try to avoid not getting hit by those magma beams. And I died again. Anyway, we got to the top, and like I said, so that's the part where I always have problems with when going back on playing Mega Man 9. And before when I was doing this on the Wii version, it was extremely difficult to do this with Proto Man, because since he takes so much damage and you cannot access the shop in Dr.Light lab, he's pretty much the most difficult to play with in this game than Mega Man himself. And he's the only one that has the charge shot and the slide ability, which I don't know why they did that. But either way, he's the most difficult to play with, and that's why I don't plan on doing Proto Man in Mega Man 9, only in Mega Man 10, since it's much more better and the stages aren't freaking difficult and he can access the top. Now here we have this boss coming up. And here we have the spike pushers that will shoot bullets and push those spikes into us. The only difficult thing about this boss fight is that one of them shoots that arrow at us, and no matter where you are, it's kind of hard to avoid sometimes, and sometimes they shoot an even bigger shot. But the only goal to win this fight is to shoot those spike back as quickly as you can, and try to give yourself room to avoid each attack. To save yourself the trouble of taking so much damage, you can buy those items like I told you about, and you'll take half its damage. But since we're playing it on the easy mode setting, we're only taking about half its damage, and that's why it just makes this a little bit easier than having to play in the normal difficulty than the game already has. But that's all you do. They really don't have it weakness other than just shooting the spike balls back at them. And there you have it. The spike pushers are defeated, and we're on to the next stage. Alright everyone, thanks for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and share for more. And also subscribe. And I'll see you all in the next video. Kurugane out.